Caner Universe, it's Caner Tip Tuesday, and today what I'm sharing with you is one of the most overlooked aspects of cane training. As a matter of fact, if you're a caner, I guarantee you that unless you have a necessity for it, you probably don't train this very much at all, and it is important. I'll explain why in a minute, but before we do that, as always, hey, a warm welcome to those of you that are new caners, those interested, curious about what it is that we do with the cane. So a warm welcome to you, and I'm encouraging you to avail yourself, especially if we're moving into 2023 and you want to have a game plan as to how it is that you're going to get cane trained. That's what we do at ACSD. Schedule that cane clarity call. You do that by texting. It's no cost. You're going to text the letter CCC to 305-745-7839 in less than 24 hours. We'll be on a conversation with you on the phone, listening to what's important to you, and more importantly, giving you a blueprint for 2023 as to how to actually make things happen so that you have a game plan that's functional and you can execute it. You can hit your cane goals in 2023. And then the other thing is we have a private Facebook group. It's open to the public. It's the only ACSD group that is no cost, open to the public. It's called Cane Flow. Move better, protect better, live better. Look at it at the link in the description and just request entry. They'll let you right in. So what is this training that is so overlooked by caners everywhere, unless, again, you need to be confined, and that is seated training, where you actually pull up a chair and do your applications, do your flows from there. Don't have a lot of caners doing that today, and it is invaluable training. What I'm going to share with you today are 3 drills that every caner should be practicing. It's going to make your training more thorough, more complete. You're going to be more functional. So we're going to go ahead. We need a chair for this. And by the way, those of you that don't know, there are components in ACSD drills where we actually ask you to sit down. Just ask masters. Everybody who's graduating from advanced, moving into the master's curriculum, your first module, pull up a chair, right? And so after you do all this cane flow, pull up a chair, because it has to do with brain training. I'm not gonna get real deep into that. I'm just gonna give you 3 practical drills today that you're gonna practice seated. And I'll also give you the modifications for those of you that are going to say, hey, I can't move from that chair. I get it, you're confined. We do that as well. ACSD is about taking the principle, circumventing. Can we move the camera there just a tad? And the first strategy that you want is you want to become the absolute best with your power shots, right? Power shots. ACSD introduces a 5 power shot template. I don't want this flying off, so I'm going to exchange this for a drone. I'm using an ACB 32, by the way. For those of you, you're going to use a cane that you can handle, that's not going to be hitting the floor. If you're using a standard, you're going to choke up. This is called choking up on there, so that you can move from here. And your power shots, you should look like a trained fighter, you know, shooting from here. Notice that everything that I do is at an angle. Even though I'm seated, I still have one foot slightly in front of the other, and I move my body. I give a half body look. And I want to get really good at delivering the shots, keeping them tight in the guard zone. Your guard zone is this area where you're presenting the target. Right? This is what you want to guard. So if I have somebody coming up, back off, back off, back off, I want to get real aggressive. Notice that I have assertive verbals to go with it, and I want to do this both right and left. For my money, ACSD caners cannot afford to have a dominant versus non-dominant side. You want to get good with both of these on both sides. Again, get aggressive, because it calls attentions to others, and it sends a very important signal right off the cane, so to speak, to your opponent, and that is, I am not a soft target. Even though I'm seated and I'm over here, you're going to have to deal with this. You're going to have to get through this guard. I'm targeting the closest thing to me. As soon as they step foot, boom, that's what I'm taking out, unless there's something that's coming up here. And they're power shots, right? So they're coming here, I'm knocking down the shots, I'm seeking bone, I'm looking to incapacitate. That's what I'm doing, but you've got to get good at, what's the power shot formula for ACSD? 3 letters, PSA. Develop your power, your speed, and accuracy. Yes, even when I'm seated. Drill number 2 and strategy number 2 is to get really good at exploding off the line. And what I mean by that, whether you're seated this way or you're seated here, and I'll show you the difference, you want to get really good, say go, at exploding from that chair as you're moving and recovering. And notice that I do that at an angle. So if you're 12 o'clock, I'm moving towards 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Switch over to the left side, coming over here. I have the ability to get up from there too. One of the most important, this is why I'm so big on Caners, as far as how fit do you have to be, you gotta get good. You got to strengthen the lower body so that you can move into, that's why I like squatting, getting up and down, and exploding off at angles, right? And if you're sitting there going, I'm too heavy, can't do that because of my knees, can't do it because my can't. Well, we don't use four-letter words in ACSD. And the reason for that is maybe you are confined, and that's it. And I got that, and I'll share with you what you can do. But that's where you are now. But it shouldn't be. If you're doing proper training, structured, it shouldn't make anything worse. It shouldn't aggravate anything. It should make it better. You should be getting stronger. And really what you need to be asking yourself is, look at the progress needle. Do you keep it moving forward? Because it doesn't move forward in a straight line. That's why you need professional coaching, right? The ship never goes in a straight line. Once it starts deviating, you're going to need to gently bring that back. But you got to know what you're doing. No cane training should make things worse. But this is one of the things that you need to have the ability to do, is the ability to explode off the line. If you can't get up from here, you have your power shots. If there's an attack that's coming in, a linear attack, I need to be able to come from here. I didn't know whether she's coming left or right. Notice that at the last second I switched because I see the way she's standing. The ability to go, well, that's a strike already. And you need to be able to work your angles, right, from one to the other, so you have the ability to do that. And then lastly is the ability to take the chair itself, create it, use it as a layer of barrier to put something between you and your opponent. So if somebody's coming in, they're agitated, I got to have the ability to put that chair, let it go, boom, and put it between, so that now I have something else, and it buys me some time. So I have to have the ability to rock here, move, and step. That's it. So just here, move around, and step. Look at what the hand does. The hand tilts that and brings it forward. It gives them a barrier that they're going to have to go around, or something else to look at. And it's just the time that I need. You can go back to that second drill. If you have the cane here, you can use the cane as a tripod to push off, but then you use the horn in your hand to cover and strike, go into that striking mode. We call this hammering, and if you tune in next week, which I encourage you to do, it's the last one. Next week, I'll talk about hammering. For those of you that cannot get up from here, and this is such, you know, this is for you, always got to have a plan B. If I'm wearing a hat, right, and there's an actual flow where I demo this, right, and I have this on, and somebody's coming at me, there goes the hat, gives them some, the reaction is to catch it. I didn't ask her to catch it. The reaction is to cover, but that's going to buy me time, because when your hands come up, there go the leg. And of course, I'm using a candy cane, right? Raven aircraft grade aluminum, right? Bone crusher, right? Take out the limbs, come back up, you know, hardwood canes. This is a padded drone. It leaves a mark. It's not going to crush bone. But this is the only way that you can train and make contact. Now, the beauty of these three drills that I just gave you is that they don't require anybody. This is solo training. Power shot training seated in here, both sides. Back off, get away. Exploding off the line. 1 and 2, 10, 11. Getting up, and you don't need somebody. You can use another individual for your timing and see if you're getting out of the way on time. But otherwise, you know, this is something you can practice solo. And ACSD lends itself beautifully to solo training. To that end, as we're moving towards 2023, go ahead, I encourage you one more time to get a game plan in place. And it's a simple call. The reason we ask you to text the letter CCC to 305-745-7839 is because we can schedule the call and staff will be ready to listen to you, and we want to dedicate the time because we can customize what that training is, what that's going to be like for you. Okay, and I guarantee you're going to walk out of that call more knowledgeable, a smarter caner, if nothing else. All right. So, one more thing, I want to give you an update, because a lot of you have been asking. Winter Cane Immersion, 2023, February 21st through the 24th is the American Cane Boxing Certification. Want to more popular curriculums for close quarter combat here at the Miami headquarters. We now have, as of this filming, we have 5 spots available. Stay tuned and we'll let you know when that closes out. And but if that's something that interests you, if you want to see if one of those 5 slots are for you, then go ahead and just text winter 2023 to the same number, 305-745-7839. You can also call us at 800-289-8188. Yes, we actually answer phone calls. We love talking to you in this day and age. Okay, I'm Joe Robaina. Thanks for watching. Keep caning. Stay safe.